We have traumas, we have fears, we have associations, we have perceptions in regards to people, hurts, resentments, grudges, things that people did to us. The biggest problem we have when it comes to forgiving and letting go is that we give too much credit to people and to the messengers of Hashem. The minute we start moving away from En Od Milvado, there's no one else but Hashem. The minute we start giving credit to anybody or anything in the universe besides Hashem, we start coming into a place where we are bound to have to do a forgive and let go. We're bound to have to let go of that negative feeling or holding hostage. Yes, I use that word purposely right now. Holding hostage a concept of a person that it's because of him. Obviously, forgiving and letting go begins with me blaming someone else for the hurt that I have experienced. And yet, from an Emuna state of mind, if I really, really think about it, and I really go to the truth of reality, there's no one else but you, Hashem. There's no one else but you. There's so many reasons to pin the donkey, and yet at the end of the day, it's all one big delusion. Because again, if I'm giving credit to the messenger, then I'm missing the whole point of why it is that the messenger was sent and who sent the messenger. So forgiving and letting go means that I lost track of really the core reason of why it is that I experienced this hurt from the get-go. And I'm so busy paying attention to the messenger that I'm missing out on the messenger, I'm missing out on the sender and on the message. Because all I'm focusing on is the messenger himself or herself. Now that could also be me. I could be so angry at myself that I don't realize that this too, me'et Hashem hadavar. Gam zeh me'et Hashem. Even the wrongs that I have done in my life, the things I messed up on, I should have been a better mother, I could have been a better wife, I should have been a better daughter, I shouldn't have said this about this one, I should have been living in Israel, I should have made that decision. So many things we hold ourselves hostage to that unless we're willing to, the first thing is to confront that painful thing that we are blaming ourselves for and or the other, until I'm not willing to stare it in its face, I can't really get rid of it. I have to be willing to stare it in its face. When you have to stare something in its face and you have to really look at it and you have to realize where it's coming from, it's you, Hashem. You send me this pain. I can't hide behind the parents, the siblings, the predecessors, the predators of my life. Can't look at them anymore. When I see pain, I have to see it coming from the loving hands of my Father who created me. That's the truth. When you really look at pain, that's where you have to ultimately, it has to lead you to see Hashem in the midst of the pain. And that's painful. That in itself is painful. You mean you were there all along, Hashem? How do you resolve that? Again, Rise and Shine addresses that issue as well. But that's sort of what it means to do a forgiving and letting go. It means that I'm willing to look at the painful situations of my life and to open up the truth about really what it's all about. And what the intention of it also is meant to teach me something. If there's something that I'm meant to learn from this. And if I'm willing to expose it, there's a saying in Hebrew, and it says, "Lahafoch ke'ara al panea," to turn the bowl around and expose the contents of what is really in there. If I'm willing to do that, I'm already in a place where I'm willing to heal. And that in itself ushers in the healing. And that is a big, deep part of what it means to truly forgive and let go. And that's what I'm asking all of you to kind of go into that mindset. Now, I have a lot of clips on forgiving and letting go on YouTube. I invite you all to also look at it because there's a lot of different angles. And in each level 1 class, and each class that I teach, I bring about another face to be able to look at. There's so many different angles to forgiving and letting go. There's so many ways to go and approach this forgive and let go that I'm inviting you all to deepen it. I'm just bringing about one aspect of the virtue and the positive effect that when you go into forgiving and letting go, you can benefit from. But there are many other angles that could encourage you and motivate you to not be afraid to go into this amazing mindset of, okay, it's time to forgive and it's time to let go. Not forget. We're not talking about forgetting. Forgetting, there's a value to remembering. That's why all of Torah, how many times Zacharta, Shmo v'Zachor, v'Zacharta et Hashem Elokecha, right? Or Tizkor et Asher, Asu Lecha b'Mitzrayim, and right? There's a huge benefit to remembering, but the memory has to serve an ultimate purpose. So it's not about forgetting. It's about forgiving, releasing some of that pain, and letting it go, so that the ultimate benefit of that which I had to go through this, the hurt is meant to teach me something about me, can now arise in my consciousness, and I can embrace that lesson and grow from it and thrive from it and not hide behind it.